The massive housing project of the Aquino administration will be completed this year. The project is worth 50 billion pesos. The details of this report from Freddie Abando.
The Aquino administration has gained significant inroads in addressing the backlog of the country's housing sector for the past 5.5 years. One of the key programs initiated was the relocation of informal settler families living along danger zones in Metro Manila. This covers 104,000 families living along esteros, waterways, and rivers. They are the primary victims of heavy flooding during typhoons. According to Housing Secretary Chito Cruz, this year, the National Housing Authority will complete the massive housing project at a cost of 50 billion pesos. Cruz was the former head of the NHA. The agency adopted a two-pronged strategy for relocation in-city and off-city. In-city, medium high-rise buildings were built on land owned by the National Housing Authority and those provided by the local governments in Metro Manila. Off-city relocation was provided in 4 provinces close to Metro Manila. These include Bulacan in the north, Rizal on the east, Cavite, and Laguna in the south.
Our program basically prioritizes the in-city relocation, where when we partner with local government units for government land as well as other public agencies to be able to access their land, where we put up all of these 5-story residential buildings. No? So far, most of the properties that were used is basically also NHA properties, no? About 80%. We are now constructing about 19,000 units all over Metro Manila. Would like to do more of this. The problem is really the scarcity and the lack of available lands. No? So to cover the balance, we're doing near-site development, near-site relocation, where we targeted the 4 nearest provinces around Metro Manila. No?
Another major milestone is the housing project for soldiers and police of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police. Relocation of victims who lost their homes due to the devastating impact of a number of typhoons to include Super Typhoon Yolanda in the Visayan region and Typhoon Sendong in Mindanao. The housing units built are climate resistant.
To include that of the housing assistance for the calamity victims such as Yolanda, Typhoon Pablo, Zamboanga, and Bohol, we in the last 5 years, our accomplishment is about close to 450,000. So we're practically doing 100,000, basically 100,000 in housing as well as housing assistance on a yearly basis. No, this is unprecedented because in the last probably in the previous administration. The normal yearly accomplishment is about 30 to 40,000.
That's for those calamity victims.
All over, including this is for NHA, no, all programs. So for the presidency of President Noynoy, we have actually accomplished about 100,000 units a year.
The government's program also reduced the housing backlog. Pag-ibig has been a major force in providing housing loans for its members. Cruz stressed the Aquino government's performance is far better than what has been achieved by the past administrations.
Pag-ibig is doing very well in terms of being able to give its members a wide latitude of access to their funds, no, and it's the fund is managed well. So 70% of the membership contribution goes into housing loans. So technically, based on the numbers that I've looked at, no, Pag-ibig has also increased in the number of housing assistance to their members. In fact, one of the things that that I'd like to improve is on the private sector housing program of Pag-ibig is to provide access to low salaried, low income members.
Looking beyond the term of President Aquino, Cruz bared a long-term housing program to decongest Metro Manila. The construction of new townships in Clark, Pampanga, stretching all the way to Subic in Zambales. Aside from housing settlements, a mass transport system will be constructed to ensure mobility of people from their homes to their workplace.
If we really like to decongest Metro Manila, I think there is really a need for that, no? Considering the traffic that we encounter on a daily basis and the flooding. We really need to expand the city. No? And that the only way to expand the city is to provide available and efficient transportation system. No? And these are the areas that where we can really create township projects where we can actually do housing for Metro Manila.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.